Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Two Wheels Paradise. My name is Meshak as usual, and here in this channel we discuss motorcycles. Thank you so much for taking time to watch my videos. I do really appreciate. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Also remember the bell icon for notification, turn it on so that next time when we upload a video you get notified that something nice has just landed on your most favorite YouTube channel about motorcycles. Today we are dealing with something we call battery. A motorcycle is not complete without a good working battery. A battery is the source of electrical power that runs your motorcycle. And many people do not really understand why these things keep failing. Batteries keep failing. You keep buying them every now and then. And today in this video, we are talking about how to maintain a motorcycle battery, how to protect it, and how to give it a longer life for it to serve you. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this done. Right, our discussion today is about how to maintain a battery and how to make sure that it gives you the service that it was meant to offer. I want us to discuss 10 basic things or 10 basic procedures that you can follow to make sure that your motorcycle battery remains in good shape. And number one is use the right battery size. Batteries, just like engines, just like shoe sizes, just like spark plugs, they have numbers, and those numbers are very specific as to how much capacity that battery has. If you are using the YTX brand, you have YTX 12 volts and 9 and 7 and 12. Whatever number that you are using, just make sure it is the correct number for your motorcycle. If your motorcycle is a single cylinder, single plug, you may not need a lot of power, just like someone who has inline 4 motorcycle with 4 spark plugs. You don't need the equal amount of power. So you have to check how much power your motorcycle requires and which battery size is recommended by the motorcycle manufacturer. Using the wrong number could end up overcharging electricals, short-circuiting your electricals, or burning your fuses and stuff because of too much power. Or using the wrong number could end up getting you screwed up because of not having enough power to run your motorcycle. So just be very sure the number you're using is the correct size of battery for your motorcycle. Number two, keep your battery charged up even when you're not using it. For instance, you may decide to park your motorcycle for maybe a month because you're going out for a trip, or maybe 2 weeks because of season issues. Maybe it is raining, it is flooding, or maybe you're not feeling so well, maybe you are committed to some other stuff. You may end up parking your motorcycle. Just make sure when you are parking your bike, the battery has some charge. And one way of ensuring this is make sure you ride that bike the last day you park it. Ride the bike the last day you park it, and do not use that battery in doing anything else. Some people may choose to use that motorcycle battery in doing other things in the house, but this is not recommended. If you want to park your bike for a while without using it, make sure that your battery has power the last day you park it. The other thing you can do, number 3, is you disconnect the terminals if you're not using the motorcycle. Make sure the battery is charged, but disconnect the terminals. This is going to prevent the battery from discharging, because sometimes electricals may have fault and continue discharging your battery, and at some point it is going to be discharged below the minimum acceptable voltage, which now starts damaging the battery. Number 4 is do not store your battery in a cold place or place it on cold floors. Batteries do not entertain a lot of cold. They have temperature ranges, and when temperatures go so low, they do not really appreciate that. This is just like your mobile phone. If you go to very cold places like mountain hiking, you realize that your battery gets discharged so fast. Even for us who use cameras for photography, you understand that the higher you go, the cooler it becomes, and the lower your charge goes, and it goes pretty fast. So if you place your battery on a cold concrete floor, you are actually damaging that battery. Number 5 is avoid short-circuiting your battery. For whatever reason it is, do not let the positive and the negative touch each other. If you place some wires on the terminals, just make sure they are not going to touch each other for whatever reason. That one is very basic. Do not short-circuit your battery, because the moment you short-circuit your battery, you are messing up with whatever is inside. Some batteries are dry cell, others are wet cell. Whatever it is, do not short-circuit your battery. The other thing is, do not allow that battery to get discharged below the minimum acceptable voltage. I have just told you, batteries do not entertain those very, very low voltages. If it goes below around 6 or 5 volts, trying to raise that battery back to 12 volt is going to be difficult. And even if it goes back to 12 volt, you can be very sure the lifespan has been cut short. So discharging that battery below 5 or 6 volts, it's not good. It's not good. Just make sure if something happens and your battery is getting discharged, try to save it from that situation. How do you do this? Avoid using your headlight when your motorcycle is off. Do not use your headlight as a lamp in your compound, or maybe you're doing something in a garage. If you want to use your headlight as your lamp, just make sure the engine is running. Just make sure engine is running. Continue charging that battery, continue using the headlight for illumination, for whatever you want. But if you want to use your headlight to help you maybe do something in your garage, do not do that when your engine is off. Because if you discharge your battery below 10, 8 or 7 volts, the lifespan of that battery is starting to get cut short. It is not nice. The other one is avoid so many electrical accessories, add-ons. If you have good headlight, avoid a lot of auxiliary lights. If you must use auxiliary lights, use sensible number of auxiliary lights. Not 12, 10 auxiliary lights, all of them draining charge from your battery. It's not nice. Some people add music, others add very, very huge horns, trailer horns, a lot of stuff. You have 12 voltage charging ports. You have a lot of stuff that is draining power from your battery. Even if your motorcycle is charging properly, you can be very sure it is not going to sustain the amount of power required by your accessories. So what happens is you damage your battery and then start damaging the other electrical appliances that are working together with your battery. And one of them is the rectifier, or the one we call regulator. If you mess up with the battery, you mess up with the regulator. Finally, you mess up with your magnetocoil. You mess up with the magnetocoil, then your whole motorcycle cannot work again. It is not nice, it is not funny. Do not do that. If you must use auxiliary stuff like lights, horn, charging ports, just use sensible ones. And also, try to investigate how much power do these appliances consume. Because we have a lot of auxiliary lights that do not really drain batteries. They are so bright, they have some good technology, they cost you some good amount of money, but they will not mess up with your bike. Or you can go cheap, get some knockoff Chinese lights from downtown, and they are going to screw you up. One thing you need to understand is we have motorcycles that have headlights that get their power directly from the magneto. They do not use the battery for the headlight. We have others that do not use battery for the plugs, the shooting coils. The power that lands the spark plugs do not come directly from the battery. It comes from the magneto. So if you have these bikes, you really have no problem. You really have no problem because the battery is not getting overworked. But if you have the conventional bikes that most of us ride, the sport bikes that drain batteries while powering their shooting coils and 4 spark plugs, the headlight is also working from there, the dashboard and other things. Maybe you have alarm, you have GPS trackers, a lot of auxiliary stuff that are all draining power from your battery. It is not going to be nice. You can trust me, it is not going to be nice. The other one is, do not bang your battery at whatever cost. Avoid dropping that battery, avoid hitting it with something, avoid completely. Avoid completely. Some people will tell you when the battery goes down, you hit it and then it starts to get, you know, we have seen those issues with some people, and it is not conventional. There is no scientific theory to that if you bang your battery, or maybe you put it in a stove, you put it in some very hot place, it starts to rise up again and get charged up again. All those shenanigans don't make any sense. They do not make any sense. Avoid physical injury to the battery. Avoid physical injury to the battery. The other one is, if you are learning a wet cell battery, of which most of us are learning them, because we have dry cell, we have wet cell. Dry cell mostly are the lithium batteries, and they are very, very expensive. Very, very expensive. But if you are learning the common batteries that we have, the wet cell, just make sure you keep checking the level of liquid in that battery. And also check if the breather is open. There is a pipe mostly attached to the side, which is a breather. Because when the battery is charging, the liquid in there starts to behave like it is boiling. It is acidic. It starts to produce some gas. It has to have a breather. Just make sure the breather is working and the level of liquid is okay. You can also avoid pressing your battery lying flat. Just try to make it upright. Whatever you want to do with it, wherever you want to press it, just make sure your battery is standing upright. Lastly, do not overcharge your battery. If your battery goes down for some reason, you decide to use electricity, to charge your battery, you have to be very, very sure the machine you're using to convert the AC power to DC and charge your battery is not overcharging it. Also, check the amount of hours you spend with that machine charging your battery. I would suggest, if you get that battery charged for like 30 minutes, use it on your motorcycle and let the motorcycle charge the rest. If it has enough power to crank the engine and land the motorcycle, let the motorcycle charge the battery. Have you learned something? Yeah, talk to me in the comments. My name is Meshach. I really appreciate the time you have taken to watch my videos. I don't take it for granted. Today's class was about motorcycle battery. I hope you have learned something. See you around. See you next time. My name is Meshach. God bless you and keep you. Two Wheels Paradise. We love and appreciate you. Thank you so much.